Hey everybody, Sister Fantastic here, and today's video is going to be a tutorial or a get ready with me, whatever you want to call it, with primarily Boxycharm products. So I was just looking over my collection. I was just thinking about, what kind of content to create because I need to put a video up. And I was just thinking, everywhere I look on my vanity, I've got stuff that I've received from Boxycharm. And so, anyhow, I wanted to just go back and just revisit some things and just, use up some of this stuff. And I know that a lot of you received Boxycharm, and you might find this video interesting, and it might motivate you to pull out some things that you haven't used in a while. So anyhow, I've got serum on my face, and I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm just going to put some primer on, and so I'm just going to use this Luminizer primer by Dr. Brandt today. And this is something that we received in our Boxycharm a while back, and it's got like a sheen to it. Can you see that? But anyway, it's really beautiful, and it looks like your face is really good moisturized when you put it on. And it doesn't especially add a lot of moisture to the skin as it does luminosity. So if you have like a flat foundation, or a natural finish or a matte finish type foundation that you just want to add a little bit of glow to, then this is the primer for you. So anyway, just put a little of that on, a little pea-sized amount, and then I'm going to go in with foundation. Today I'm using an inexpensive foundation that I got from the Shop Miss A website. It's from their brand called Santee, S-A-N-T, or Santee, however you want to say it. And this is the packaging. This is shade number 3. And this is not a Boxycharm product, but Boxycharm doesn't send out foundations, because there's just such a versatility. But you can see just how thick this is. See how it stands up? So anyway, I'm just going to put this on the back of a damp sponge, and I'm just going to pounce this in. I'm just going to go for a light foundation today, even though this foundation is kind of thick, and it can really be a full coverage foundation, and I have used it that way. Today I just really don't want that. I just want to do a light foundation. I feel pretty rested today, and my skin's in pretty good shape. And so anyway, I'm just going to put this on, and then we're just going to move right into some products. I've been doing Boxycharm now for about right at 6 months. In fact, the month of September was my I paid for 6 months when I started, and so the rollover fee was supposed to be for the beginning of September. And so with the upgrade and everything, it would have been $116 plus an additional $28.99, which was a bit steep for me for this particular month because we had a lot going on. So what I did is I went onto their website and I changed it back to the monthly fee of $21.99. I did that like a week or 2 ago in preparation for Saturday's upgrade. And so then when I got on the website Saturday, I just added the $28.99 to the $21. And so that's what I was charged. And I do believe that I am going to be receiving the BoxyLux. There was a lot of confusion, Saturday when we got online on the Boxycharm website because their server just wasn't capable. There was a bad gateway error message, and their server just wasn't capable of handling all the traffic, and people were angry and upset and disappointed, and there was a lot of emotion. And I know myself, I experienced quite a bit of frustration because it was like a 2-hour ordeal and just trying to get through. And I got a message that said that I was put on a wait list. And I thought, that doesn't seem right, because I know they had plenty for everybody that had already subscribed and that sent them, their message intending on getting the upgrade. So I know they had enough for all of us, and they sent us a private link, and so I just knew that they were out there. And so anyhow, I kept trying, and I saw on Twitter where some others had kept trying and they were successful. And so I just kept trying. And so after about 2 hours and 15 or 20 minutes, something like that, then I finally got the message that that I was, going to be receiving the Boxy Lux. And so I was really excited to get that message and to receive that confirmation that I was, finally confirmed. I was confirmed. A confirmed Boxy Lux receiver. So I was really excited about that. And so anyhow, I'm waiting now to see if I receive it. I'm just going to go in with some concealer here. I can't remember if I got this in Boxycharm or if I got it in my Ipsy bag. It seems like I got a concealer in my Boxycharm, but I can't remember which one it was. Anyway, I'm going to go in with this one from Smashbox. So anyway, long story short, what I need to do probably is call my credit card company to see if that charge was made, because that would let me know for sure. Or I could call customer service at Boxycharm to find out. But, it's already, what, the 7th? What day is it, honey?
Today's the 5th.
Today's the 5th, he says. Okay, so, I usually get my Boxycharm by the 10th. So, a few more days, I'll know for sure anyway, because it'll just show up. It'll show up at my doorstep. Okay, a little concealer from Smashbox in the color Light. I like this concealer, y'all. It's called the Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer. And it is waterproof, so if your eyes are watery, or if it's raining outside, or if you're cutting onions, or if you watch a movie and it makes you cry, or if you're like me and you go to church and you pray and you cry, it's gonna make it through it. So, just a little concealer, and then I'm gonna go in with some powder. And I think Boxycharm has intentions. This is another thing that I found out, that Boxycharm does have intentions of setting things up to where we can express our preferences, let them know what skin tone we have, all that kind of stuff. And so, they can cater to our specific needs a little bit better, and there might be somewhat of a variety of boxes at that point. So for instance, if they do a deal with a company or a brand that wants to present a concealer, they could do that, because they would know pretty much what shade would work for everybody according to the preferences that we sign up for. And so I just think that would be great. So that would just expand the possibilities for them working with, more brands, I think. So, anyhow. Okay, I've just used a little e.l.f. Translucent finishing powder. Nothing really heavy, just a light dust of powder. And now I'm going to go in with this brow cream. We got this from Boxycharm. It's by the company called Cella, and it's in the universal color called Taupe. And I just love this for travel, because the whole thing just, it's an all-in-one deal. And anyway, we can just get the sisters on. And let's see if I can do this without covering myself up. So anyhow, but we, those of us that get Boxycharm, we generally really enjoy receiving palettes. And I think they have every intention of continuing all of that, from what I gather. And, I was thinking today, as I was watching a collab between a couple of my friends. They called it a face-off. And what they did is they took a palette that they both had, and they chose, I guess they worked together ahead of time, and they chose the same colors, and to create their own individual looks with those exact same colors. And they could put those, the rules were they used all the colors that they chose. I think there were 5 colors. And then they, they had the freedom and the creativity to create their own individual look with those 5 colors. So they could put the colors on in any order or fashion that they wanted to on their eyes, and they created an eye look with it, and they called it a face-off. So it was kind of a competition, so to speak, even though they didn't really invite us to vote or anything. But it was kind of like, let's just see how different we can be from one another, using the same stuff. And so anyway, I just love the concept of that video, and I thought, well, that would be really fun for some of us that get Boxycharm, whoever wants to come together and just do, a collab using Boxycharm, a Boxycharm palette of some sort. Don't really know which one to use right off the bat. There's a lot of controversy right now around the Laurie Los Angeles product, the Party Animal palette, and so I originally thought about that, and then when I was talking to my friend Danielle, she's really upset about, the racist remarks that were made and the insincere apology. And so, I was really sorry that I even suggested it to her and my friend Joe to use that palette. So I'm thinking now maybe we should go back another month and maybe, do a final summer fling with the Alamar palette, So anyway, I don't know if you guys have that Alamar palette, and you want to do a look and have just a final summer fling, kind of a face-off. We can use any color in the palette and just create a look with that palette, any fashion that we choose. I think that would be fun, because there's 8 colors in that palette, so that would give us quite a bit of freedom to work with, and if we commit, that would be a challenge to use all 8 colors in a look. So if you're game for that, if you're game for doing a collab with the Alamar palette, let's talk about it. Let's see what we can come up with. And I'd really like to do this with more than one person. So, like if we could get, half a dozen people in on this, it would be awesome. And do it sometime before the actual autumn season kicks in toward the end of the month. So that would give us a couple weeks to kind of pull it together. So anyway, just let me know down in the comments, and we'll work on that. We'll do it. All right. I think that would be great. Now this eyebrow cream is it is a cream, and it is very buildable. And so since it is the universal color taupe, if you're blonde, you could apply this, very lightly. Or if you're, a darker haired person and you want to, go dark, you could use this and just put on a second layer. And the only thing is that you're going to probably want to get some sort of an eyebrow brush and brush through your brows and distribute the product and just kind of get it to, set down with the here, let me show you what I'm talking about. I don't even know what to call these things, y'all. Somebody help me. But anyway, this is the one I have from Aesthetica. This came in a Boxycharm. And it's like an eyebrow brush, I guess is what you'd call it. So anyhow, just comb my little hairs down and distribute the product where it's thick and just get it to go, all the way across the eye. So that looks better. So anyway, I had a girlfriend over last night, and she wanted to play in makeup, and she wanted me to do her a look, and so I did a look on her. She's got beautiful brown eyes, and I did a look on her using the Alamar palette, and she has a little baby, like about 18 months old, something like that, 20 months old maybe. And so her little girl was playing in one of my drawers over here and just kind of dragging some stuff out. And so anyhow, she pulled out a couple of things, and I thought, I need to revisit that. And that's kind of what inspired me for today's video, is just going back and revisiting some stuff that I've received from Boxycharm that I haven't really, I have a tendency to just kind of reach for whatever's in front of me. And so if I don't go into the drawers and pull out stuff on a regular basis, then I just settle for whatever is right here. I don't know. Are y'all like that? Just let me know down in the comments how you are. But anyway, I need to do like shop my stash, not necessarily film it, but just do it. Like once every month or so, I just need to swap stuff out and use up my stuff. All right, now you see that eyebrow right there is kind of dark compared to the other one. So I definitely need to use the brush and brush the product through. There's a spot right there that's really dark. And I just trimmed my brows yesterday. And what I do when I groom my brows is I just comb all the hairs straight up. And if I have any long ones that come up above the brow line, I just trim them down. And then any, scraggly ones that I have underneath here, I pluck those. And I've been doing my brows like that for years and years. Ever since I learned how to do brows. I had a lesson from a beauty control consultant. Okay, now here's something I want to revisit, and that is the Purr Sculptor palette, which has a mirror in it, so it's really, really nice. And so there's 2 contour shades and 2 highlighter shades, and it's, it smells like chocolate. It's really, really nice. And so I like this lighter shade here, and I like to apply it with a light touch. So I'm just going to take, I have a natural brush here from Morphe that I like to use. It's angled. And because it is a natural bristle brush, it will pick up on product very easily. So I'm just going to tap, like tap, tap. That's it. And I'm just going to, and it's really pigmented, so I just have to blend it out. But I like it. You just have to use a light touch. And I could use a synthetic brush and even get a lighter application. But I like the angle on this brush, and I'm used to using it for bronzer. And it's just comfortable. You know how you get kind of set in your ways on stuff? Anyway, I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Alright, so tap, tap. Going back in. I went back and watched an old video of mine today where my husband did my makeup. And I told y'all in the last video that we were doing the keto diet. Well, in that video of where he's doing my makeup, I noticed how full our faces were. And I can tell a difference just in these last 2 months, just in our faces. That we're losing weight, even in our faces. And I noticed his neck today, and he's getting, right up underneath here, he's lost some weight on his neck. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the keto diet. So, for example, one of our supper meals that we've modified it, is like a stir-fry meal that I do. And so we use cabbage and carrots and onions and a little bit of bell pepper. And then I season it with ginger and garlic and paprika. And I make a sauce with, cornstarch and water. And then I put, instead of using a whole, a third of a cup of soy sauce to marinate the meat in, I just put a tablespoon of soy sauce in the whole pot of vegetables. And then I roast the chicken in the oven with salt and pepper and garlic powder. And then I just serve the chicken on the plate whole. And then I have the vegetables on the side with the juice. And we just kind of cut up the chicken and just kind of drag it through the juice and get the flavor. And I set the soy sauce on the table, you know, so we can get a little extra splash. And that meal is so satisfying, and it's so low carb, and it's so nutritious. Cabbage is packed full of vitamin C, and it's something that's easy. It's a go-to meal. We can put it together, and I can do all the chopping. He can stand at the stove, and the oven does the work on the meat. And I mean, in less than an hour, you know, we've got a really nice meal, and it's usually enough to feed us for 2 days. 2 supper meals. So that's really, really exciting, you know, I think. Okay, now let me revisit this palette here by Real Her. It's a blush palette. It's a blush kit. And it also has a mirror. And here's the 3 blushes. And they are so beautiful. So let's just grab another brush here. And I'm going to go into this middle one here. It's called Limitless. It's a really clear, bright coral color. And I'm just going to... And these are baked blushes, so you can, you know, drag your brush over them, you know, and really pick up some product. And it blends out like a dream. Look at that. And it's so easy to apply, and it's so beautiful on the skin. And this particular color has just, I think, it doesn't have the sparkle in it like the other 2 shades do. And I just think this looks good on everybody. This particular shade right here looks good on everybody. I mean, I like all the shades, but there's a lot of people that don't like glittery type products, or products that have a whole lot of glow in them on their cheeks for blush. And so this is a great one right here. But anyway, the others are really nice too. And this one right here is brown enough to where it can actually serve as a bronzer. So I like all these. The names are Fearless, Limitless, and Unstoppable. So to turn it around and show you, Fearless, Limitless, and Unstoppable. So the lighting, it's darker in the house and in outside because it's cloudy. It's fixing to rain. But the light is still coming through the window, even though it's kind of late in the day. And of course I have my ring light here, so that helps. And you can see it packs quite a punch. So anyway, it's really, really nice. So you know what I'd like to do right now is I'd just like to put a little spray on, just to set that down. Do y'all do that? You put a little spray on, not a whole lot. I just want to just kind of give my foundation and blush and stuff just a little setting spray before we move on. All right. Okay, let me go into, let's see here. I've got so many good palettes that I can choose from, but I gotta make sure I grab one that came in a Boxycharm. Let's work with this one. This is an awesome palette. This is the Crown palette, and I know many of you have this, and if you want to do a collab on this, we can do it on this one. But look at these beautiful colors. Whoo! Now that screams fall to me, so let's just work with it today. And I love this mirror too, so let me just grab a brush here. And I'm just going to grab this camel color right here for, in fact, I'm not using any eye primer today. These blend like a dream. This Crown palette is amazing. And it actually reminds me of that Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay. The shades are so similar. And there's 10 in this palette, and there's 12 in the Urban Decay. So there's like, see this light one that's a frost like you use for a highlighter? There's like 2 different white shades in the Urban Decay palette. And then this transition shade here, there's 2 shades that can be used in the transition as a transition shade in the Urban Decay palette. And other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. So it's a lot cheaper than the Urban Decay palette. And the shadows are very blendable and very pigmented and just really beautiful. And so if you're looking for something this fall to mimic, maybe even, you know, those colors, I mean, this is, I don't think that Crown is necessarily a dupe company, but this would be a good substitute for that palette. Save you a ton of money. A ton of money. Alright, now let me just grab another brush here. And I'm just going to go right into that next color. It's a frost, but it's like a really light corally orange. And I'm just going to go right over what I just did. I've just kind of got this coral vibe going on today in my mind. And this shirt, I think it's this shirt. Every time I put it on, I just get inspired to wear either green or coral. Huh? Isn't that funny? I always like for my makeup to kind of match my clothes. Or at least, you know, if it's cool tone colors that I'm wearing, I want a cool toned, you know, eye look. I don't want to wear, you know, warms if I'm wearing cool tones, and vice versa. Okay, pretty, pretty. Okay, now let me go down into this. Let me grab this other brush that I like to use, if I can find it. Hang on. Mama's coming. Well, it might have been misplaced. Let me just grab another one then. Don't know where that went. Okay, now I'm just going to go into this really beautiful brown right here in the center. And I'm just going to use this kind of large flat tapered brush. I'm going to use the tip of the brush. And I'm just going to tap into that about 4 or 5 times. And I'm just going to go right here, way down deep in the crease. Isn't that pretty? That looks really pretty. That brings some depth to the look. These colors right here are just so easy to work with. They're neutrals, they're warm, they're wonderful, and they scream fall. And they're flattering on everybody. This is a great palette, and for those of you that really like neutral shades, this is one you would really enjoy and probably get a lot of use out of, because it's, look how large these pans are. I mean, they're huge. So it would last you a while. Okay, and I'm going to take that same shade, and I'm going to go under the lash line. It's kind of a big brush for me to use underneath my lash line, but I'm going to try to stay as close as possible. I really don't want to blow this out, but I do want to get up underneath there because it makes my eyes look really big when I pay attention to underneath. But I want to smoke it out too far. I do believe I could use another layer of concealer today. The weather is changing. That's bugging me that I can't find that brush. I use that brush all the time, y'all. I mean, like almost every day. I use it in that outer V. It's weird I can't find it right now. Okay. Moving right along. We will come back to that brush search soon. Okay, now I'm just going to use a flat brush that I enjoy. And I'm just going to dip into that white color there. And I'm just going to put some of that right here on the lid. This has got like a pearlescent kind of a sheen to it. It's not really a frost. And it's really super soft and silky feeling, this shade is. It's really nice, really pretty. So I think I'm going to go up underneath the brow line with it as well. With this same brush. Just help define the brows and bring a little glimmer to the eye look. Bam! Pretty, pretty. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, now I need something in the outer V. I really do. I really do. I really do. So I'm just going to grab a brush here. This is from, what is this? What brush is this? This is a shader brush from, I think, Royal and Langnickel. And it's got like a tapered tip. It's really, really pretty. So I'm just going to go into this next color right here. It's like a chocolate brown. It's a matte. And I'm just going to build that up on the tip of the brush. And I'm just going to go right back into where I was on that outer V. And just kind of shade that in a little bit darker. And this is a synthetic brush, so you have to really build the product up, especially if you're going over something that's white, which I am right there at the outer edge. And then I'm just going to come around the corner and just kind of carry that down into what I just did. So there, we got a little bit more depth. Love these shades. Love this palette. This dark orange right here in the corner. Oh my gosh, it's like fire. It is such a pretty, fiery reddish color, and I just love it. But anyway, today I'm working primarily with the mattes. That's pretty even. Yeah, there's, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 3 in a row right here. Mats. And then shimmer, 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 shimmer. So it's like half and half. 5 shimmers and 5 mats in this palette, which is a really good balance, I think. I think Boxycharm did an awesome job on collabing with Crown and Crown did just an amazing palette. Love this packaging. Love that chic black, you know, eyeshadow box with the magnetic closure and the mirror and just that classy rose gold logo on the front, and then inside you got all that shine and that beautiful mirror, and it's sleek, and it's, you know, it's easy to clean. You know, if you get something like on the back of it or whatever, you know, all you have to do is just take a makeup wipe and just wipe it off. It's, you know, it's easy to hold, it's easy to travel with, it's easy to clean. It's just a really great little palette. Just really want to recommend that to y'all, and I will link that down below. And again, if you want to do a collab with me on any of the Boxycharm palettes that we've received in the last 6 months, just let me know, because I think I've kept all of them, and I can, you know, use whichever one you like. And so we can work together and have some fun. All right, now let me do some mascara. And so the mascara that we've received here lately is this Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara by Wonder Beauty. This is the latest mascara that we've received in our Boxycharm, so it's just easy for me to grab it since it's right here. And I really like this mascara, and it works good over mascara primers, you know, eyelash primers, and it works good on its own. And this brush is kind of got a curve to it, and so it just naturally curls your lashes. And so it works really, really well. And it builds and lengthens. And the only regret or complaint, you could say, that I have about this mascara is it is not waterproof. And so if you're like me and you prefer waterproof formula, you'll have to wear this on days that, you know, you feel like your eyes are not going to water, or you're not going to be, you know, cutting onions or going to a wedding and crying and, you know, all that stuff. And don't rub your eyes either, because it will smudge. But once it dries down and it's set in place, if you don't touch it and you just leave it alone, it wears beautifully. It doesn't flake off like some mascaras do. And it's a pretty nice color. It's black. I used to only wear black browns or brownish blacks, but in the last year or so I've leaned more towards black, because I just think it makes the eyes pop a lot better. Shows up a lot better. And especially if I'm going to wear like black eyeliner, I definitely need black mascara. Or if I'm going to wear eyelashes, you know, falsies, I definitely need black mascara then. Fun, fun, fun. This, and if you let this dry and come back and put a second coat of mascara on, it's like va 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 voom. Va 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 voom die. Va 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 voom die. Va 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 voom die. And we all like va va voom, don't we? We like volume. Okay, let's do some lips. I've got so many beautiful products. Oh, I didn't use a highlighter either, did I? Let's see. What Boxycharm highlighter have I received? Think. So many choices. So many decisions. Well, I know what lipstick I'm going to use. Let's see. Let's go in. We'll do highlighter last. Well, let's go in with this beautiful liquid lipstick. Well, actually, they call it high definition liquid lipstick. And it's really glossy. It's really creamy. It lasts a long time. And it's like a mauve-y nude sort of a color. It fits in good with the brown family. And you can put this on over a lip liner or without a lip liner. But you definitely don't need lip gloss on top of it because it's glossy. And it lasts for hours and hours. And if you're going to eat, I would recommend that you take it off to eat, because it will slide off your lips and get on into your food, and you don't want to be eating lipstick. Okay, so there's the lips. All right, now let's go in with a highlighter. Let me figure out what I'm going to do here. We've got so many beautiful. Let me just go right back into this Purr palette. And I'm just going to use this light one right here. And I'm going to take this great big old fan brush that I have from Morphe. I love this thing. And I'm just going to put that right there. So pretty. So pretty. Smells so good. Such a beautiful. Yeah, such a beautiful. This is a beautiful palette. And the thing I like about Purr is that they are committed to using really good ingredients. Really good ingredients. So I highly recommend this. This is cruelty-free. It's highlight and contour palette. The Purr Sculptor. So that's a winner. Winner chicken dinner. Okay, now let's just go in with just a little bit more spray. And we're just going to set the rest of the face down, the eyes especially. And this is something we got in our Boxycharm. It's the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray, and you just shake it up really good. And there's lots of little pretty illuminating sparkles in that spray. And it's a really fine mist, so you don't think you're getting a whole lot. And you just want to spray. But trust me, you're getting it. So it doesn't take a whole lot of that stuff. So anyway, this is the final look. This is a very conventional type look, a warm look, a beautiful fall look, but it's warm enough to wear during the summertime. So, you know, for the month of September, you know, all the pumpkin stuff is starting to come in. You know, this is inspiring to me. Oranges and browns are inspiring to me. Okay, well, that is today's video. I just wanted to say thank you for joining me, and I appreciate all the subscribes, the likes, all the support, all the comments, and make sure to visit me down in the comments today and let me know if you want to do this collab. We will put something together for by the end of the month, before the autumn day. We'll upload it and get it ready and post it before it kicks over into the autumn season. So we'll do that in the next couple of weeks, and we'll call it our final summer fling with Boxycharm, and we'll decide what palette together. We'll let that be a collaborative, effort. So I might do a poll of some sort, and we'll see what everybody likes. But anyway, let me know down in the comments what you're inclined to do, if you want to do it, and what palette you'd like to use, and then we'll go from there. Okay? All right. Well, God bless you all today is my prayer, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.